Hi friends, welcome back on Rare Bucks. What if I told you that the loose pennies sitting in your change jar right now could be worth thousands of dollars? I am not exaggerating, I am not clickbaiting, I am telling you the absolute truth. Today we are counting down 5 specific Lincoln Memorial cents from your pocket change that coin dealers and serious collectors are hunting down aggressively right now in 2025. And some of these coins are selling at auction for numbers that will genuinely make your jaw drop. Stay locked in because number 1 is going to completely blow your mind. Let us get into it. First up, coin number 5. 2004 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent, Denver Mint. Alright, kicking off our countdown at number 5, and trust me, even number 5 on this list is not something you want to toss aside, we have got the 2004 D. Lincoln Memorial Cent struck right over at the Denver Mint. And this little copper-coated zinc coin is carrying some serious hidden firepower that most people are completely sleeping on. Now on the surface, a 2004 D penny looks like nothing special. You pick it up, you see Abraham Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and that small D mint mark sitting just below the date on the obverse, and most people just throw it in a jar and forget about it forever. That right there is the biggest mistake a coin person can make. Here is where it gets really interesting. In circulated condition, sure, this coin is not going to retire you early, but the moment you start climbing up the grading scale, the values start doing something very exciting. A problem-free mint state example graded MS65 red by either PCGS or NGC is already trading in the range of several $100s, and that is just the starting point. When you get into the ultra-high grades, MS67 red specimens have been recorded selling for anywhere between $2,000 to $4,000 at major auction houses, and the reason is simple. Finding a 2004 D cent in that condition is genuinely difficult because most of them got thrown into circulation and beat up immediately. But here is what really separates the serious money from the casual collector money. Errors and varieties on this date. There are documented double-die obverse varieties on 2004 D cents, where you can see clear doubling on the lettering of "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" when examined under magnification. A confirmed double-die example in a solid mint state grade can push values anywhere from $5,000 to $12,000, depending on the severity of the doubling and the eye appeal of the coin. And that is not the ceiling either. There are also off-center strike errors known on this date where the design is dramatically shifted, and those coins in collectible condition are fetching $8,000 to $15,000 from the right buyer at the right auction. Die cap errors, broad strikes, and partial collar errors on this date have sold for even more when they cross the auction block at Heritage or Stack's Bowers. The bottom line on the 2004 D is this. If you find one in your change, do not spend it. Get it looked at, get it magnified, and if it grades out high or shows any signs of an error variety, you could be sitting on something worth several $1,000s just from a single cent. Number 5, and already we are talking real money. Next up, coin number 4, 2008 No Mint Mark, Lincoln Memorial Cent, Philadelphia Mint. Coming in strong at number 4, we are talking about the 2008 Philadelphia Mint Lincoln Memorial Cent. And this one is extra special because 2008 is literally the final year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before everything changed in 2009 with the Lincoln Bicentennial Series. That historical significance alone adds a premium layer to this coin that collectors are willing to pay serious money for. Think about that for a second. Every single Lincoln cent, minted from 1959 all the way through 2008, carried that iconic Frank Gasparro-designed Lincoln Memorial reverse. And the 2008 Philadelphia issue is the last of that entire 50-year run coming out of Philly with no mint mark. That is a closing chapter in American numismatic history, and the market absolutely recognizes it. Now, in terms of raw circulated examples, Yes, you can find these pretty easily, but that is not where the money lives. The money lives in the condition and the errors. A gem mint state 2008 cent graded MS65 red is already in the $200 to $500 range, depending on the strike quality and surface preservation. But an MS67 red or higher certified by PCGS or NGC, those coins are commanding $3,000 to $6,000 in the current market, and demand is not slowing down. Here is the part that gets collectors absolutely fired up. The 2008 Philadelphia cents have documented die varieties, including double die obverse specimens where doubling is clearly visible on the date numerals, on Liberty, and on the motto. A certified double die 2008 cent in mint state condition has crossed the $10,000 mark at auction. And that is for a coin that started its life as a 1-cent piece that somebody almost spent on a piece of gum. There are also known repunched date varieties on 2008 cents where you can see a ghost impression of the date slightly offset from the primary date when viewed under a loupe or microscope. These RPD varieties in solid grades are pulling $4,000 to $8,000 from serious variety collectors. And do not sleep on the major mint errors either. Wrong planche errors, where a cent design gets struck on a different denomination planche, and broad strike errors with no collar on this date have sold for anywhere from $6,000 to $20,000 at major auction events. The 2008 is the final chapter of a 50-year design story, and serious collectors are building complete high-grade sets that must include this coin. Number 4, and we are already deep in the thousands. Next up. Coin number 3. 2005 no mint mark, Lincoln Memorial cent, Philadelphia Mint. Number 3 on our countdown is the 2005 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial cent. And I need you to really pay attention here, because 2005 is one of those dates that the mainstream coin world has chronically undervalued and overlooked. And the people who recognized that early are now sitting on some very impressive returns. The 2005 Philadelphia cent comes with no mint mark as always from the Philadelphia facility, and at first glance it seems completely ordinary. Lincoln on the front, the memorial on the back, standard zinc core with copper plating. Nothing to see here, right? Wrong. Completely wrong. What makes 2005 genuinely exciting is the combination of its population data and its known error and variety population. High-grade certified examples of 2005 cents in MS67 red are actually considerably scarcer than most people realize. And the certified population at PCGS and NGC in those top-tier grades is low enough that when a nice example comes up for auction, the bidding gets competitive fast. MS67 red examples have been selling in the range of $2,500 to $5,000, and MS67 Plus examples with exceptional strike and luster are pushing beyond that. Now here is where 2005 gets really interesting for the serious money hunters. The 2005 Philadelphia cents are known for a particularly dramatic double die obverse variety. And this is not a subtle variety either. We are talking about clearly visible doubling that you can see with the naked eye on the best examples. Strong double die obverse 2005 cents in circulated grades start around $1,000, and in mint state condition, they are commanding $5,000 to $14,000 at auction. Heritage Auctions has seen strong examples of this variety create genuine bidding wars. Beyond the double die there are also 2005 cents known with die cracks and die breaks that create dramatic cuds, those raised areas of metal on the coin surface where a die chip has fallen out. A large dramatic cut error on a 2005 cent is the kind of thing that a specialist error collector will spend $6,000 to $10,000 on without blinking. Off-metal errors are the absolute top of the mountain for 2005. A 2005 cent struck on a wrong planche, particularly a dime planche or a foreign coin planche, is a legitimate $20,000 coin if it grades properly and has full documentation. These are the coins that change hands quietly between major collectors and then show up at Heritage or Stack's Bowers and cause the whole room to stop and pay attention. 2005 is a date you should never dismiss, and number 3 on this list for very good reason. Next up, coin number 2, 2001 No Mint Mark, Lincoln Memorial Cent, Philadelphia Mint. We are at number 2 now, and the energy in this countdown is building to something serious, because the 2001 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial Cent is one of the most underappreciated coins in the entire modern cent series. And I genuinely believe that in 5 to 10 years from now, people are going to look back at current prices for top-grade 2001 cents and wish they had loaded up when they had the chance. The 2001 Philadelphia Cent carries no mint mark, struck at the main mint, and while the mintage numbers were not tiny, the survival rate of high-quality examples in gem condition is surprisingly low. This is one of those dates where the population data tells a very different story from what you would expect, and population scarcity combined with growing collector demand is a recipe for price appreciation that is already happening. In MS65 red condition, a 2001 Philadelphia Cent is already commanding $300 to $700 from a serious registry set collector. When you climb to MS66 red, the price jumps dramatically into the $1,500 to $3,000 range. And the MS67 red population, the coins that come back from PCGS or NGC with that top-tier grade designation, those are selling for $4,000 to $8,000, and the prices are trending upward with each passing auction cycle. But the variety and error story on 2001 is where things get absolutely wild. The 2001 Philadelphia Cents have documented double die varieties with multiple classes of doubling identified, and the strongest of these double dies shows clear separation and extra thickness on the lettering and the date when examined properly. A strong Class 1 double die on a 2001 cent in a solid mint state grade is a $5,000 to $15,000 coin in today's market. And serious variety collectors know this. There are also 2001 cents known with dramatic die deterioration doubling that can mimic the appearance of a true hub double die. But the genuine mechanical double dies are the ones that carry real premium value. Learning to distinguish between the two is part of what separates the casual collector from the person who turns a 1-cent coin into a $15,000 payday. Dramatic off-center strikes on 2001 Philadelphia Cents have sold for $3,000 to $7,000 depending on the percentage of off-center shift and whether the date is fully visible. Full-date visible off-center errors are always worth significantly more than undated examples. Wrong planche errors, die cap errors, and brockage errors on this date are in the $10,000 to $25,000 range for the right buyer at the right time. The 2001 Philadelphia Cent is number 2 on this list, and it absolutely deserves to be there. Now get ready, because number 1 is something else entirely. Last one is coin number 1. 2000 No Mint Mark, Lincoln Memorial Cent, Philadelphia Mint. Number 1. The coin you have been waiting for. The 2000 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial Cent with no mint mark, and I am going to tell you right now, if you have been sleeping on this coin, wake up, because what is happening with 2000 Philadelphia Cents in the top-tier certified market and the error variety world right now is the kind of thing that serious numismatists talk about in hushed tones because they do not want everyone to rush out and start hunting for them. The year 2000 carries a weight in numismatic history that other dates simply do not have. This was the turn of the millennium, the first cent of a new century, the coin that marked the transition from the 1900s into the 2000s. That symbolic significance drives collector demand in a way that is very real and very consistent, and the market for high-grade 2000 Philadelphia cents reflects that reality in a powerful way. Let us start with the straight grade story. A 2000 Philadelphia cent in MS65 red, certified by PCGS or NGC, is already in the $400 to $900 range for a sharp example with excellent eye appeal. Move to MS66 red, and you are looking at $2,000 to $4,000. MS67 red, and these exist, they are real, people have found them. Those coins are selling for $6,000 to $12,000 at auction. The MS67 red population is low enough that each auction appearance generates real competition. But we are not even close to the ceiling yet. The 2000 Philadelphia Lincoln cent is home to some of the most spectacular and sought-after double-die varieties in the entire modern cent series. There are multiple confirmed double-die obverse varieties on this date, and the strongest of them show doubling that is so dramatic, so clearly visible, that you do not need a microscope to see it. You can see it with your naked eye under decent lighting. That is the kind of double die that makes collectors lose their composure at coin shows. A strong double die, obverse 2000 cent in circulated but problem-free condition, is already a $2,000 to $5,000 coin. Put that same variety into an MS64 or MS65 red holder, and you are talking $8,000 to $18,000. The finest known examples of the strongest double-die varieties on 2000 Philadelphia cents have sold for numbers that most people associate with gold coins, not pennies. We are talking $20,000 to $35,000 for the absolute finest known specimens when they come up at major auction houses. And then there are the mint errors. The 2000 Philadelphia cents are known with major off-center errors, and the dramatic ones, 50% or more off-center with the date fully visible, are $10,000 to $20,000 coins in collectible grades. Wrong planche errors on this date, particularly cents struck on dime planches or nickel planches, are in the $15,000 to $30,000 range depending on the specific planche and the quality of the strike. Perhaps the most dramatic known errors on 2000 Philadelphia cents are the die cap errors and retained cud errors, which represent some of the most visually spectacular mint mistakes possible. A dramatic die cap error from this date sold privately for figures well above $40,000, and that transaction barely made it into the public record, because these high-level deals often happen between major collectors quietly. The 2000 Philadelphia Lincoln Memorial cent is number one on this countdown, not just because of what it represents historically, but because of what it represents financially. From your pocket change to potentially tens of thousands of dollars, that is the real story of this coin, and that is why we always say, never spend a cent without looking at it first. Outro ending scene. And that is our complete countdown of 5 Lincoln Memorial cents that could be hiding serious money in your collection or your change jar right now. From the 2004D all the way up to that incredible 2000 Philadelphia issue, we have covered the grades, the varieties, the errors, and the real auction values that are making these coins some of the most exciting finds in modern American numismatics. Here is your homework. Go check your coin jars, go check your old collections, go check whatever you have sitting around, because these coins are real, the values are real, and the people who find the right examples are walking away with money that most people only dream about from a single cent. If this video opened your eyes to something new, hit that like button right now, because it genuinely helps this channel reach more people who deserve to know this information. And if you are not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video, because we do this every single week. Real coins, real values, real stories. I will see you in the next one.